Deadheading is a special pruning technique we use on annual and perennial flowers. It helps keep our plants looking tidy in the garden as it removes the old flower heads as they start to fade. It also can help prevent flowers reseeding themselves in the garden, especially if you're working with hybrid plants and you don't want the seedlings from the non-hybrid generations getting started in your garden. Some plants have ornamental seed heads, which we like to keep in the garden, like the tall sedums or the cone flowers. And we like to keep them around because they're a good food source for birds. One plant that definitely benefits from deadheading is the salvia. Here we've got a beautiful May night salvia, which is blooming, but it's getting to the point where it's past its main peak of the first spring flush of flowers. So what we can do are cut these flowers off to make our plant look nice and tidy and encourage the plant to develop a second flush of flower stems, which will give us a nice flower display a little bit later in the summer. And if we do it all at once, rather than picking off each flower as it fades, it helps to coordinate that second flush of bloom. So again, it gives you more impact when they bloom the second time in the garden. There's 3 different ways that you can deadhead. If you have plants like blanket flower or cone flowers that you want to deadhead, you can pick up those flower heads individually. But with a plant like this salvia that has many seed heads, we can either cut the stems back individually to new growing side shoots, or we can take a shear if you have a very large planting and you can shear the plants back, and that will be a big time saver. Since we have a fairly small plant here, we're going to cut these plants back individually to make them look nice until they send out that second flush of flowers. On this red valerian, the plant almost gives you the point where you can cut it back. Just look for the side shoots and cut that flower stem off right above those shoots. Other plants that respond well to deadheading include yarrow, delphinium, and campanula. So trim off those old flowers as they start to fade, and your perennials will reward you with more flowers later in the summer.